Okay, well, we got a bad valve stem on this one. I already replaced the other one. This one is basically just cracked. I knew it was at any time. So rather than returning it and having that happen immediately, I'm going to change it out. I got a large one, even though I knew when I ordered it I really needed the little one. Doesn't matter, same thing. So first thing you got to do is get this plastic boot off of here. I happen to have this little O-ring tool that I made for taking O-rings off in aviation. But you gotta get a start on that thing and to peel it off. Just gotta come around those washers like so. I just stuck a floor jack up under there. I happen to have a floor jack, so. Then what it has is this little snap ring gizmo. I forget what they call those. That comes right off. 2 washers on the outside. Uh-oh, I may have a problem here. I have to drop that all the way down. Now this has got a key in there, so it may take me 2 hands to wobble that. Hold on. Okay, one hand on top, one on the bottom, just slides right out. The key falls out. No problem. So now we got it like this. Now, over at the shop I had a bead breaker, but you know, I didn't need one. That's all it took. Of course, now I just lost the valve and it's stuck in there somewhere. So, the other one. I'm going to put a little something to lubricate that. Lubricate that a little bit. Stick it on in there. Hold on. Alright, squirt a little WD-40 on it. Gonna reach up in there. Oh, jeez. Gonna have to grab that and pull it up. Hold on, I'm gonna need both hands for that. Before I lose it in the whole thing here, I'm gonna grab it with a rag. Hold on. Alright, just grabbed from the top, pushed from the bottom. And you'll see it's gonna come right back up. Once I put some air in there, all I have to do is pop this tire up and it'll fill right back up. And put my 10 pounds, or I'm a little higher than that because my gauge doesn't read until it gets to 20. So stand by, guys. Pump up my leaky air compressor again. Alright, let's pump it up. Focus. I haven't done anything. Let's see what happens if I just push some air in there. Look at that. That's it for that. I greased up my shaft a little bit. Be nice if that thing would shut up. Hold on, I'm going to blow some of this out a little more. So if you're wondering if it's the same procedure for the front ones, sure as heck is. I just snapped that one off, walked my way around it, and I'll show you over here. This one I actually had to take the valve core out of it because that one's actually good. I happen to have some goop, and the goop has a little valve core removal tool, so you may have to use a valve core removal tool or simply just push something in the center and let all the air out of the tire. It's better if you can take it all the way out though. And I'm just using a big 8-gauge. Just be careful you keep them away from the rusty edges of that. You just got to get it so it'll break loose. The other one clamped real easy. Boom! And I did not cut myself. So this one I'm gonna have to take a little doing. I'm probably gonna take a razor blade and just cut the bottom bloop off it, which is, I thought I brought it over here already. The bottom bloop. So I'm gonna cut this part right inside there. Or you can see that. Putty knife or something else would actually do that. Cut it right there. So I'm gonna do, hold on. Alright, so I took a razor knife I have. I'll leave those open. Pushed it over, put a rag under there so it won't go through it. And I'm gonna get up under there and push that out of there. Get a little WD-40 squirt on that just to get it a little lubed up. Where am I? There I am. I'm not gonna go crazy on this whole thing. And then I'm going to I don't know if I can see this. Watch this. Let's get an extreme close-up. And I'm going to push and pull that fat up. That. So it's popped up in there like so. Go drag out. We'll be good to go. When I put air in those, I'll just pop this tire a little bit to get it to reseat. There we go. And they'll fill right up. And then I'll deal with greasing the front end and these wheels. I'm going to grease them up a little bit. You see they got grease fittings on the inside. It basically just squirts grease on the axle. So I'm just going to grease up the axles and see if I can get some more in my steering linkage there. Okay, so without doing anything special, should air right up. Like that. Way too much. Those old valves, always make sure you save your valve cap for the next time. You may need it somewhere. See if this one will do the same thing. Looks like it. Supposed to run 14 pounds. Gauge really only starts at 20 though. They never increase in pressure, so 20 will work. Alright. Greased up the axles. No keyways on this. Grease up both mounting surfaces, both mating surfaces I should say. Double washers. That snappy ring goes on there. Push that back on there, which I'm using a pair of pliers for. Put the cap on it. And we are good to go.